Okay, well, start with you.
For me, it was just that started getting headaches a little bit right after Christmas was kind of the Black Friday, and kind of noticed it and thought that maybe I was dehydrated because I've been playing sports and stuff. I'm an athlete, so maybe that's the reason why. So I've been just taking water and stuff, and it didn't seem like it was doing the trick. So then I ended up taking ibuprofen, hoping that it would get over soon taking it. And then after a couple days, I noticed that it was still the same headache. It still wasn't going away. So I was kind of like, this I should definitely let my parents know what's going on. Like, have them in the loop, just maybe monitor where I'm at and stuff. And then next thing you know, I was just I don't really.
Well, you made a doctor's appointment and you went and saw the doctor.
Yeah.
And what did she check for? She was just sort of asking you how long you'd have your pain for. And
yeah. I explained it to the doctor, like how I was having pressure around the headache, around the temples, the forehead. So I was kind of like, this really hurts. This is what's going on. And so she's like, all right, well, let's have you take some oxycodone. I believe that's what it was. And then let's have an appointment for you to come back tomorrow and see where you're at. And then by that time, the next day, I got severely worse. Like from scale of 1 to 10, it was definitely 12. Like that's how fast it grew. It was. I was in so much pain where I couldn't even look at the light. And by then, it was for me it was just hard to focus. I just wanted to lay down all the time. And then that's when you came along.
So I went with him to the doctor's appointment the second day, and she checked him out and found out he wasn't any better. So she said, well, we need to get him to the ER. We need to have this checked out. And so we went to the emergency room and waited. And first thing they did when they got him in was check for meningitis.
Yeah.
Did some testing on him and ruled that out, and then decided maybe they ought to do a CAT scan because he was just like holding his head in pain. So they wheeled him in and did a CAT scan and came out and gave him some kind of pain relaxation. He was pretty loopy. But the CAT scan came out clear, didn't show anything. So they gave him some pain meds, sent him home. But while we're sitting there in the ER, my husband, who we've all come to this clinic to get Atlas adjustment and had gone through some headaches before, nothing as severe as Cameron's, he said, I wonder if his Atlas is out. So first thing the next morning, we called Lynn, and she got him right in, and we got in here about 8, and she took him right in, Gus took him right in, and he was holding his head, he was shuffling, and a lot of concern on the staff's part. And about 10 minutes later, Gus comes out to the waiting room and says, come in here a minute. And I came in, and there's Cameron sitting up in the chair. His eyes are open. He's able to look at the light, and he's just kind of looking normal, almost normal. And Gus then said that his Atlas was really out, and he had adjusted him, and it had made a huge difference. And that his Atlas, he was had been tilted to the left, and he even said, you know what, this has been like this for a long time. And he said, go back and look at childhood pictures of Cameron and see if he's kind of tilted to the left, which he kind of was. So anyway, it made a huge difference, huge turnaround. Headaches went away.
Oh, instantly.
Instantly. A lot of muscle soreness from adjusting that Atlas. So he continued to come back for about a month and saw Gus and Rodney and had a lot of deep tissue massage. And he's great, I tell you. It was a miracle to see him in such pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never wants to go through that again.
Yeah, definitely not.